What's up, guys? Back from the deck profile here. Now, you guys know I love the Chimera deck, and it was so funny because I was talking about this deck to my guys that you've seen on the channel and a couple more, of course. And then I want to give a big shout out to GGGO. I'm going to link his channel in the comments. It was so funny because when I was talking about this, and then he won the Toronto Regionals like right after that. Not that I talked to him or whatever, but I left a comment on one of his videos. I thought it was really cool. I really enjoyed how he played the deck. Also, if you guys want super in-depth with this deck, go check out his channel because he goes way in-depth with this deck, can do a million things. So, but I will show a combo video. I'm going to do it upside down, so we'll see how it goes. And I have a couple honorable mentions, but without further ado, nice Melodious Chimera. Yeah, this didn't freeze up good. All right. So I'm playing 50 cards. I wanted to play 60 just because I like 60, but I just didn't think you needed it. You could even slim this down even further. I am playing hand traps in this list, which is kind of out of the norm for me, but we'll go right on into it. So obviously 3 refrain, 1 couplet, and then the tam tam. This is, intricate part of your engine. I'll show the combo later. Then for the Chimera stuff, obviously 3 Nightmare Apprentice. This card is so insanely broken, it's just outrageous. This card did everything the deck needed it to do. The only thing that they could have made this card better with is if it listed Chimera Fusion somehow. That's the only way this card could have been better than what it actually is. You absolutely are playing 3 of this card. This card's just ridiculous. And then, of course, 3 Cornfield, 3 Mirror Sword, 3 Gazelle, and then 2 Baphomet and the 1 Tau. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Tau. I just really like Tau. The card's very insane, so it's pretty standard ratio, I think. You definitely, if you're playing Chimera, you're 100% playing 3 Nightmare Apprentices. I don't even care. And then, of course, the 3 Edgem Chain. This card off of Apprentice is just chain block, and then search 17 cards, so insane. And then for the hand traps that I'm playing, I just really like Veiler this format. Mainly because it's a hand trap you can use more than once after you do draw with Guardian Chimera. So, and you guys know I just hate Ash. If you guys want to put Ash in here, feel free. Then I'm playing Nib. It was just more of a higher impact card for me. The card's not like super needed or super necessary. I just really enjoyed Nibiru, so always have, always will. And then for the spells, just the Call by the Grave, of course. The 1 Concerto. The 3 Ostinato. I still can't believe this card's like $7 or something. I don't understand. The Asian English reprint of this is super rare, which I hope we get a super rare this in the OTS pack at some point. Also, shout out my boy Devin. He dug these out of his comments for me. And then, of course, the just 2 Chimera Fusion. I think 2 is completely fine. If I was playing 60, I could see 3. I just have never really normally needed more than 2. I don't know if it's just me, but I think 2 is completely fine. But you could play 3. There's an argument there for sure. Just 2 regular poly, 3 Fright for Patchwork. This is still one of my favorite cards of all time, favorite spells at least. And then 3 Talents, and 3 Droplet, and 3 Imperm. These 6 spells are just going to be in a lot of my profiles because I just think they're just insane. Imperm as well is just very good, but I just really like Talents and Droplet right now. So, okay. And then for the extra deck, the extra dip, obviously 1 Chimera. The OG boy, or the first one that came out, not the original one, you get what I'm saying. The QCR, also shout out my boy Cody, picked this up from me at YCS Vegas, love you brother. And then obviously the Baphomet, the Lavalval Chain. This card is ridiculous, the amount of stuff this card does. Also, I'll have an Infernity Chimera list if you guys want to see that, let me know. And then obviously the Illusion one, insane with Tau, of course. Obviously with the Apprentice too, this thing can get up to like 6 attacks if you wanted to. Just 1 Guardian Chimera, and then obviously 2 Baka. Really hopes this gets a higher rarity upgrade too. I think that would be really good. And then the 1 Magnum. It's funny, before this list, I like this card. I just never played it, and in this list, it's like absolutely ridiculous. So, and then of course we are playing the Vortex and the Absolute. That's my only Exceed. Let's see, I need all of for the combo. And then for the links, the IP, the SP, Cross Sheep, one of my favorite cards in here of all time. The reborning aspect of this card is just insane. Like, and then I chose to play Underworld Goddess, or I'm sorry, not Underworld Goddess. You could play Underworld Goddess. Muckracker. Sorry, I was thinking something else. Muckracker is really insane. I'm not maining Chaos Angel on this list. I chose to cut Chaos Angel for the Muckracker. It's in my Chaos Angel's in the honorable mentions, but this card is a link that you can climb into if you need a fiend to fuse with. Obviously, the Cross Sheep is a beast, but the Muckracker is just way too insane. Like, the fact that it can bring back Baphomet from the graveyard is just wild to me. And then one Exceed the Pendulum, part of the combo. And then this is Appaloosa. I haven't owned an Appaloosa for a long time. I just don't really like that card, but after Rarity Collection, obviously I'll have one. Let me pull these aside real quick. Okay. And then, and then a couple honorable mentions real quick. Just the Chaos Angel. The dude that's like, this card's like kind of anti-Tenpai. It's notable. Oh, these are Devin's. I don't know why these. Shout out Devin. And then you can play the Typhon. This is a fiend as well. You could do, Nemesis stuff with this, or the Snake Eyes stuff. Dugaris was another card that I considered real heavily, and then just more of this stuff. And then let me clean this up real quick, and I'll show you guys the combo. All right. Also, shout out my boy Cody for the Bandai Chimera. Okay, so let's do the combo. Hopefully I can do this correctly upside down. This combo is kind of intricate too, so let me just do this. Give me 1 second. Grab a poly. Okay. Alright, remove these cards. Yeah, these can go over here. And then we will, where's the, we'll use this. You can see this down here, babe. Mm-hmm. I need you to see the whole mat, because this is going to take up with pen scales and everything. So this is the extra deck where the pendulums will go. This will be graveyard, hand, and then the combo is just ostinato. So let's see if I can do this correctly upside down. So obviously you start with ostinato. This is just Branded Fusion, but it's not a once per turn, which is just absolutely insane to me. And then I like to do this line of play. I like to send the Refrain and the Tam Tam, and then make the Baka. And that way you can chain block the Baka. So Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, since this was used for a fusion of a Melodious, it makes this lose 500 attack and your opponent takes 500 damage, so it's also a time card. So Chain 1, Chain 2, this will summon one from deck, which summons the Refrain effect to add the Couplet. And then you reveal Couplet to summon from anywhere, so you'll summon the Refrain. Okay. I think I'm doing this right, yeah, okay. And then effects to add the Concerto. Then you will fuse. You can still see all this over here, babe. Mm-hmm. Okay, fuse these two, lets you fuse from scale, insane. So fuse those two for the other Baka. And then Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2 to replace the scales, okay? Just kind of line this up a little better. You can still see all this, babe? Yeah. Okay. Alright. I know this is complicated, guys. Doing it upside down is even scarier. And then you'll use Refrain's effect to target one to send one from deck. So send another Refrain. And then here, you'll Exceed into the Odd Eyes. Okay, they have no response. You're going to link these two off. So this will go to Graveyard. This will go to Face Up Extra Deck. And you will summon the Cross Sheep. Now you have Chain Links. If you want the Odd Eyes Vortex bounce, this has to be Chain Link 1 because it's a win, so it will miss timing. So Chain Link 1, Baka, Chain Link 2 targeting the Tam Tam, and then Chain Link 3 will be Concerto to put it back on the bottom of the deck and then just draw any random card. So draw a card, and then the Baka will special the Tam Tam, and then the Odd Eyes Vortex the Odd Eyes will resolve to summon the Vortex. Okay, now new Chain Links, Chain Link 1 Cross Sheep or Chain Link 1 Tam Tam, whatever. Tam Tam will add a poly from grave or deck. This isn't a once per turn, which I think is kind of insane. So we'll just add poly, and then this will reborn. So reborn the Refrain that you sent with the scale Refrain. And then here you're going to link 3 Cross Sheep and the Refrain into the into the Exceed the Pendulum. And then you'll use effects to add this from face up extra deck to hand, and then you could special one from grave or extra deck, but you always want to keep one in extra deck for the odd eyes negate. And then so you'll add this to hand, use effect, and then special it. Okay. And then you'll link these two away for the Appaloosa. I know, I'm sorry, it's a proxy. I will have one very shortly. And then so here you have 6 cards in hand. You have the negate, you have the Appaloosa with 2 negates, and then you have this. So you can do whatever you want with this. Now, if you would probably have a Mirror Sword, a Codal, or an Apprentice Magician, or a Nightmare Apprentice. You would get to Mirror Sword somehow, and then you could pen summon it or normal summon it. It doesn't matter how you do it. These can only pen summon light monsters. So here, if you want, once again, like I said, you could pen summon, but you want to keep one face up in the extra deck for the Odd Eyes Vortex negate. So you can pen summon this. And then the thing that's cool about this is you can make Magnum with the Poly and this because it's a monster special from the extra deck. And then you can put the Poly back on the bottom of the deck, draw a card, or, you know, however you see fit. But you have 6 cards to play with. I think it's just very insane. And this is before normal summon, before doing any of the Chimera stuff, just off of one Austin Auto. So I think that's just insane to me. Plus, I really like Pendulum. I will have a Pendulum list coming soon, don't worry. And like I said, if you guys are going to YCS Indy, let me know. Also, you can make a rank 4 here. And one thing I didn't want to note was I really enjoyed Talons because you can draw 2, and sometimes you'll draw the Couplet. And then since it was added to hand outside of draw phase, it'll activate. So that was nice. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys later. Cheers.